All right, Jesse on fire, and we are back. We've got quite the live stream for the MMA people here. Got two really interesting stories. One, Francis Ngannou has now spoken out about the accident, and it's way worse than I anticipated. You know, honestly, the first thing that I saw about it was Guru posted about it on X. And he was like, I'm hearing rumors that Francis Ngannou got in a fatal accident with some girl in Africa, but I can't verify it. Has anybody heard anything? And you know, the reports were kind of murky and all over the place. I asked Gronk, and it was like, oh yeah, it happened, but you know, the information is a little bit shaky. So even Gronk was like kind of confident that it happened, but they weren't sure. But it turns out the story is 100% true. And not only was Francis involved in this fatal accident, but he killed this girl. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean it's his fault, you know, like, well, the details will come out, but man, the details of this are not good. Yeah. Like you hear like fatal vehicular accident, and it's like, okay, like actually, and I'm not making light of this. I really genuinely mean this. It's like when you hear someone was involved in a fatal car crash or motorcycle accident, whatever, like best case scenario is that like they were an unwitting victim or something and they got crashed into or whatever. Real bad end is like person was drunk and then killed a bunch of people. But in my opinion, if you take substance off the board, the one that is the worst case scenario is if you kill a pedestrian. And that's what happened. He ran over a girl on his motorcycle who was just like in the road and killed her. So, man, it's bad. I mean, it just happened, dude. Like just happened. And it seemed, I mean, and when I say just happened, I'm talking like a few weeks ago. And it seemed like he wasn't going to talk about it. But then when the story got out, you know, he spoke out on it. I'll show you what his statement was. Rick, it's something. What's up, man? Thank you for the super chat, dude. It's terrible. Honestly, like I feel so bad for this guy, man. And think about the timing of all of this. Like Francis's story was in a sand mine in Cameroon. We've talked about this 1,000 times. Like he had never taken a single martial arts or boxing, any formalized training to fight. And he's in I think he's like 23 or 24 years old. And he just decides like, oh, I'm going to go to the United States to become the heavyweight boxing champion. It's absurd. It's like me saying that it's as unfathomable as me saying, give me 2 weeks and I'll be a billionaire. Like it's impossible. Okay. Like it cannot happen. You, sir, are midway through your 20s and you have no training, like, and you're in Cameroon, you have no money, like there's no chance. And he did it, dude. Like he did it. But, and then he ends up getting wait, hold on. You feel bad for him. How stupid are you? You want to know how stupid you're going to feel in a second? This is a bet. Lori sounds like a girl. I don't usually torch girls, but when you're this ignorant of what's going on, sorry, you got to get it. Francis's 18-month-old son died about 6 months ago, something like that. You know, like lost a child, you know, child died. And then you fast forward like less than a year and he's on a motorcycle and accidentally hits this chick and now he kills a teenage girl. Like on top of that grief, now he's like on the other side of this nightmare. So it's awful, dude. So we'll talk about that. And then there's a big story, a big development in the Conor McGregor case. Okay. Like I realize most people are just basically writing that whole story off as like, you know, okay, well, it doesn't really, you know, maybe he did it, maybe he didn't, who cares? But they had a new witness that came forward and answers the biggest question of the entire case. Like, of the whole case, the biggest question was, well, if he didn't do it, how can you explain this? And this new witness apparently is saying that they know who it's the injuries. Like, the injuries on her were extensive, you know. Like, even me, I have always been extremely confident that she's lying because of the don't let anyone see the CCTV footage and all that. Like, where there's smoke, there's fire. With a person intentionally trying to suppress like video evidence that'll show you what actually happened. Oh no, don't let him see that in court. It's like, okay, she's lying. But you know, the whole thing was, well, why do people believe it? It's like, because of these injuries. She lied about everything. She got caught lying about everything, but she had these crazy injuries all over her body. And so people are like, I don't know, how else could this have happened? You know, and it's like, well, turns out witnesses saw her ex-boyfriend do it. Like, they're going into detail about that night in 2018 when she got home from a multi-day bender where she was lying to him the whole time and was consensually having sex with Conor and his friend, doing blow for 3 straight days. And then she got home, and then her fiance, shockingly, found a reason to beat her up, is what this witness is saying. So we're going to go through that. Horrible clickbait. Go ahead. I'm going to give you about 20 seconds to defend this before I put you on timeout. Which part's horrible clickbait? Go ahead. Go ahead, donkey. Horrible clickbait. Fucking moron. It's like, oh, it's got to be clickbait. You're all, or Francis Ngannou ran a girl over and killed her like 2 weeks ago and just made a public statement about it finally. So enjoy your timeout, clickbait guy. Go sit by yourself for 5 minutes and think about what you did. Come back and apologize, and then we'll potentially let you hang out. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about this case, and then we'll get into the Conor stuff. So, like I said, the first I had seen of this was Guru. Guru was on it pretty early. I hadn't heard anything about it, but I saw him tweet and just was asking if anybody knew anything about it. And I mean, obviously it's real. So Francis Ngannou breaks silence on fatal accident. My heart is shattered. Francis Ngannou was opening up on the tragic motorcycle accident that resulted in a young woman's death, saying his heart is shattered by devastating loss of life. According to the news outlets in Cameroon, Ngannou was driving the motored vehicle when he struck a female in the streets of Yaoundé late last month. So he hit a pedestrian while he was on his motorcycle and she died. So go ahead and run me through how my title's clickbait, you stupid fuck. Jesus. So how do you have that many subscribers with such low views? Compared to who, bud? Don't you look at my views compared to my number of subscribers, and then go compare that percentage to literally every single channel on YouTube. It's the same for everybody. The percentage is almost identical with everybody. I don't know why I responded to that. Okay. So the report stated Ngannou transported her to the hospital and provided financial assistance as she received medical attention, but unfortunately, she succumbed to the injuries she suffered in the accident. TMZ obtained a statement from the MMA superstar who said, "From the very beginning, I have been by the family's side, offering support, comfort, my deepest condolences during this time. I've met with them privately to share in their grief, and I will continue to stand with them every step of the way." He says he's unable to discuss the details of the accident because there's an investigation ongoing, but he's very grief-stricken. I carry their pain with me, and my unwavering thoughts and support remain with them in the face of this heartbreaking loss. I mean, that's a tough statement to make. You know what I mean? Where he can't, in a situation like that, you can't publicly take full responsibility for it. But it's like, bro, you hit a pedestrian on a motorized vehicle and killed them. Doesn't necessarily mean for sure it's his fault, but maybe the girl ran out into the street or something. It's possible, but he still killed her. That still doesn't mean it's his fault, but that's an accurate you know, that's exactly what happened. It's awful, man. It's awful, dude. But nonetheless, you know, just the timing that, like, let me see when when it was when his son died, because like it was not that long ago, dude. June 24th, 2024. So it was less than a year ago, dude. So like this would have happened at the beginning of April. So 10 months after his baby died. 10 months after his baby died, he's riding on a motorcycle, hits a girl, and she's killed. That, honestly, I'm gonna get real woo-woo on you guys right now. Okay. I'm gonna go. Okay. I'm just gonna say some things and you guys can react to what I say. So Francis obviously has additional attributes to his natural size and strength that make him into this thing that has done what he's done. Okay. Like, you can't accomplish what he's done without his, like, a mind that is hard to, I mean, if you ever think about the Olympics and how we break world records every single time, and you're like, how is that possible? You know, like, it's not like training methods have gotten that much different for running in a straight line for 100 yards. And how do we somehow just eternally just break records year over year? The answer is simple. It's because the most powerful thing in this existence is the human mind. Okay. And if you're a person who can really wrap your brain around that and believe in an outcome as strongly as, like, believe it as if it's already happened, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Like, your own kind of, your mental focus creates your reality. I absolutely believe that. Now, Francis, being someone who clearly has one of the most innate natural abilities to, like, take a vision and make it real. I don't, like, you know, maybe it's a coincidence, but maybe it's not. The fact that his own son died and he's been in the deepest possible grief, thinking about probably nothing but that for the entire year. And then on some complete absolute fluke, somehow 10 months later, this happens to somebody else's kid with him involved. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Because, like, and I'll give you a perfect example of, like, a small part of the basis, like our basis in, like, the belief system of what we're talking about. Gabrielle's mom, okay? Gabrielle's mom was a flight attendant. I am telling you that I am not exaggerating. I could pull Gabrielle into this live stream to have her verify this. She and I have been together for like 17 years. Her mom has never once fucking ever had her flight take off on time in either direction. We're talking about like 100+ flights. Her flights are delayed literally every single time. Every single time. It's not possible. It's literally impossible. When the flight has been on time, the like 1 to 2 times it's ever happened, there was some reason that fucked her, because she was running late, you know, and then it was like, of course, the one time she wants the flight to be delayed, it's not, you know. She has the most powerful mind of anybody that I've ever interacted with. She can manifest anything into reality. It's unbelievable. And also, the example I always give is people at the blackjack table who have taken some beats and they get angry and push the rest of their chips in. They never win that fucking hand. Never. Absolutely never. They never, ever, ever win that hand. So, I mean, one of the things I've noticed too is, like, there seems to be this like pattern where people who have accomplished something nearly impossible, the ratio of them losing kids is way higher, dude. Like way higher. Unless I am like making this up out of, Dr. Dre, first rap billionaire, son dies. Francis Ngannou, all of this stuff, everything that's happened to him, son dies. John Travolta, son dies. Like there are so many people who have this life that seems like impossible that they built for themselves and they lose a kid. And I don't know. Like, I don't know if they're making a deal with the devil or something, or, if it's just totally dumb luck. And I'm just, but yeah, Mike Tyson also. Yep. Eric Clapton. Correct. Think about that, dude. That's a lot. Like, how many people do you know in your real life that have lost a kid? Like, I don't think I know anyone who's actually, yes, I do. I'm sorry. I take that back. I don't want that's not true, but nonetheless, but that's another person, not a regular person, but I don't know. It's like, I could just be finding a pattern that's not actually there, but they neglect their kids and are bad parents. Hey, tell me you don't have kids without that's a crazy thing to say. Because that was not the case in literally any of the examples that we were talking about. But maybe Yosemash. I've talked about this on the channel before, but the reason that one's always on my radar, and I'll bring it up every time I talk about this, is like when I was not single, I was first together with Gabrielle, and it was 2008. The economy had imploded. I didn't know, I was in a super bad spot. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was stressed the fuck out over money, and I was super young. And so I remember having a conversation with myself that if I could be a billionaire, I would trade my hypothetical firstborn kid. And that was an actual thought that I had at the time. And I remember when Giselle was born, my firstborn kid, I was in this situation building a company, and I had a network television show that was set to go off on the Esquire network in an industry where DraftKings and FanDuel had each raised, they already both had billion-dollar valuations. And once the show got on, we were going to get as big as them or bigger. It was going to happen. It was inevitable. And I remember being like, what the fuck is going on? How is it that there's an actual visible path that I can see to me becoming a billionaire? And I just had a kid, and I never forgot that thing. And I was like, I take it back, dude. I fucking take it back. I threw it out into the ether. I was like, I take it back. If this is all coming together because of some deal that I didn't actually make, that I was just thinking to myself about in 2008 or whatever, I fucking take it back. And guess what? TV show didn't go, and we lost it all. So I don't know if I made any kind of trade or if it's all just a complete, total random set of events. Probably that, but weird nonetheless. Oh, I can answer that. People who don't have kids have no idea what they're talking about when it comes to kids. I didn't have kids then. That made sense. $1 billion, give up my firstborn kid, this hypothetical, it sounds kind of like you're giving up your dog when you haven't actually had kids. As soon as you have kids and you're that's a very different thing. Someone who has kids and someone who doesn't. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And anyway, it's just a random, stupid idea in my head that I'm just, you know what I mean? Okay, so yeah, that is a really shitty situation for Francis. Hopefully, I don't even know what I'm hoping for. I mean, hopefully he does pay for their fucking any costs associated with this, and then whatever becomes fair, because man. Anyway, all right, so let's move over to the Conor story, and we will discuss that, because here's the deal. I have been very consistent on this case that I'm so confident that Conor did not do this. You know, I am so confident that Nikita Hand is lying about Conor's involvement in this thing and how that all played out. But I didn't know how she got those fucking injuries, man. They look bad. You know, they look real bad. And, but I don't know. I mean, like everybody who I talked to about it in detail, like I talked to True Jordy about it. I talked to Mixed Molly Whoppery about it. Like, so, cause you know, if there are YouTubers that I'm buddies with and they're covering a case like that, like I'll end up having a conversation with them about it and be like, what do you think? Red Pill, I would have talked to him about it, but I learned what I know about the case from fucking Red Pill, which is why I was so confident it was a lie, you know? But like, even Mixed Molly, he's got a real discerning eye for this kind of stuff, you know, like he's got incredible instincts. And he was real on the fence on this one, and it was because of the injuries, you know. And what I was saying is, I'm like, I understand how bad that looks, but the bottom line for me is, I believe everything they're saying about her behavior at the hotel afterwards. With, you know, there's video footage of it. Okay, no one gets beaten and violently raped the way she described. And afterwards, after the assailant leaves the hotel, just stays and hangs out and parties for the next 7 or 8 hours. That's not a thing, dude. Okay. Like no one does that. No person who has sustained those injuries does that. And then when she's like, you know, filing injunctions so you can't see the hotel footage, I know she's lying. Right. But again, I couldn't explain the injuries. So let's listen to this. So former mixed martial arts fighter Conor McGregor wants to introduce new evidence in his appeal against the civil jury's finding that he raped Nikita Hand, claiming that bruising on her body could have been caused by her former partner. And by the way, this judge is not going to give him a new trial because didn't seem like a fair trial to me in what I had read. I didn't see any of it play out, but like what I read from the judge, I was like, wow, this is someone who definitely had their mind made up. And anyway, Miss Hand has described the allegations as lies. The application will be heard at the beginning of July. Appeal court judge. Oh, so wait, so is it someone different? Okay, so hopefully, I don't know how that works. Any of you guys know? How that works in Ireland and like appeals or whatnot? Sorry, hang on. I'm putting this fucking idiot on timeout. Hey, if you want to come back and behave, you can, bro. You know, but I'm not really in the mood to torch a dumb fuck, or else I would torch you. But I'm kind of more in the mood to talk about an actual case right now. So I'm gonna put you on timeout. If you act up when you get back, I'm gonna ban you, dude. Don't say I didn't warn you. You know, don't say I didn't warn you. I don't like to do it. But listen, if there's no discipline, then we have total fucking anarchy. And that's not a world that I want to live in. Okay, so appeal court judge, Mr. Justice Seamus Noonan, said the fresh evidence sought to be introduced by Mr. McGregor came from neighbors of Mrs. Hand and her former partner, Stephen Redmond. The couple, Samantha O'Reilly and Stephen Cummins, lived in a house directly across the road in Dimna. Mr. Justice Noonan said Miss O'Reilly was alleging that she had seen a row from her bedroom window between Miss Hand and her former partner on the night of December 9th, 2018, early hours into the early hours of 10 December 2018. In her affidavit, Miss O'Reilly claims she was woken up by screaming and shouting. She said there were no blinds or curtains on her own bedroom window, and she could clearly see directly into the bedroom window in Miss Hand and Mr. Redmond's house. The wooden Venetian blinds in Miss Hand's room were open and the light was on. She claimed she could hear them shouting at each other and that Miss Hand was saying the words to Mr. Redmond to the effect that it is always about you. What a stupid bitch. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, so I am going to go ahead and just assume that what this person is saying is true, because that's a very bizarre detail to give. That's the kind of detail where you go, oh, this person's probably telling the truth. But even more so, assuming they're telling the truth about the Conor thing and they're telling the truth about this, Miss Hand was screaming at him, and her comeback was, you always make everything about you. You were out doing cocaine for 3 straight days and nights, sending 9-paragraph lies to him while he's at home watching your kid, while you're sending like half-naked seductive pictures to Conor McGregor and trying to seduce him into picking you up and going, even if you just take the supposed rape off the table, right? Hey, did you tell your dude that what you were actually doing was you were going to have Conor McGregor come pick you up in his limo so you guys could do cocaine and then go back to his penthouse and rage all night? Did you tell him that? You lying fucking crackheaded freak. And then when she gets home from that, where she cheated on him, let's be honest, guys. We know what happened. She had sex with Conor. She had sex with his friend. Okay. She made up this grape story for one reason or another, probably honestly, because she was so afraid of being in trouble with her dude. And so she's wigging out and makes up a story. She doesn't look smart enough to me to like actually go out and initially intend to like entrap Conor. Because if that's what the case was, her plan was so stupid that she must have had a lobotomy like in advance. It's like, yeah, I'm going to go meet up. I'm going to have multiple witnesses. My own friend is going to testify against me and say that she didn't see any of the things I'm describing. It's like, if it was like a setup from the beginning, no, like just no, you know? Man, that should go to the effect that it's always about you. Okay, let's read the rest of this. So they were running in and out of bedrooms, and Miss Hand was pushing Mr. Redmond, she said. Ms. O'Reilly described seeing Mr. Redmond push Miss Hand, and Miss Hand fell on the floor. Miss O'Reilly said she could not actually see Miss Hand on the ground, but said Mr. Redmond's movements indicated that he was punching and kicking Miss Hand. Whoa. Dude, if they don't give him a new trial on this, that would be really fucked up. And again, like, I am a very naturally suspicious person. And so when I hear this, my first thought is 50-50 that this is real, or, you know, Conor paid someone to say that they saw it, you know, like you go and, you know what I mean? Like, there's obviously at least a 50% chance that maybe he paid them to say this. And I say that only because if I was in Conor's position and I had that much money and I knew I didn't rape that girl, I would fucking pay anybody. I'd be like, I know, hey, I didn't do this. Okay. I know I didn't do this. Like, I don't need to go to court to know she is 100% lying about literally every single part of this case, because I was there, and all of our other people there are saying she's lying also. Okay. Like, I know she's lying. So whatever I have to do to clear my name, if that involves that, you know, paying someone to go witness for me, like, that's illegal. So I wouldn't actually do it. But like, you know, maybe if I didn't care about what's legal, I would definitely 100% do that, because I would feel justified in clearing my name when I didn't fucking do it. You know what I mean? Jesse, Ireland is so lost. They're worse than what happened to DT. Yeah. Well, Conor, like, you know, listen, like, Conor's running for president, but he wasn't running for president when this case actually happened. And, you know, the police looked into it. So, like, you know, this incident, like, you know, like, kind of happened. Like, the ball was rolling on this at least a little bit before Conor had, I think, before political aspirations. And again, speaking again on Conor's political kind of push, I am so confident that my read on his situation is right in that department that I feel extremely confident that what I said is accurate, which is Conor could win any election, but he absolutely needs a stone, top shelf professional campaign manager, like, that runs campaigns, because he's like trying to kind of like just do it himself and kind of do what Trump does. And he's not, you can't just like Trump has brilliant advisors also, you know, like, even though it sounds like Trump is just riling up the base with the same things that Conor is, but when you would actually ask him a follow-up question about the things that he's saying and why these things matter, he'll lay out a very simple solution to the problem that he's pointing out. Like, here's just enough detail on the problem so that I can present this very simple solution that will make sense to everybody without me having to go into a bunch of detail. Now, does that mean that they're actually going to be able to solve these incredibly complex problems with super simple solutions? No, but we're talking about politics. That's how politics works. You can't just go on Tucker Carlson and be like, immigration, this, and then like they ask you for details, and it's like, well, listen, it's like, no, man, you need to make that issue feel like, you need people to feel like you know that issue inside and out, and then you need to present a solution. That's why we elect people, to solve problems. So the smart politicians create a problem, and then they come in with a solution. So they know what people respond to, and they either create a problem or, create a narrative of a problem, but you back into what the problem is because the solution is what's important. Okay. That's what's important. Build that wall. Build that wall. Like, immigration is like one of the most complicated issues like ever. But Trump is a genius. So like, we're going to build this big, beautiful wall. And you got like half the country like, build that wall. You're like, I feel like the wall's going to help, but like, come on, guys. Like, obviously we need more than just a fucking wall, but it's something everybody can understand. Everybody understands wall. They don't understand changing the incentive structures for the fucking border patrol, like, neither here nor there. But that's what Conor needs to do if he wants to win. So the dude came back with an attitude. Now he's gone, you guys. You wouldn't even know because the very first comment when he was back, he was talking nasty, and I just banned him. So, and people who watch my stuff consistently know I almost never do that. I literally almost never ban people because I know obviously they can just come on with a different account. But, dude, if all you want to do is talk shit. Oh, comment. I'm sorry. I missed this, dude. Thank you for the super chat. Dude, Francis had a hell of a string of bad luck, more so than not since his last fight. Yeah. Donkey truck. My comment was meant to fire TC up. I win. Dude, it's not a hard thing to do, man. Get me fired up. Thank you for the super chat. And Chatham G, thank you for the super chat. Haters are out in full force today. They like to come in. Listen, speaking of incentive structures, let's be honest, you guys. I definitely incentivize trolls to try to, get my attention so that I'll rap battle with them. I would think it's super fun if I was on the other end of that, if I got like the creator to be like, you stupid fuck, I'm going to put you on timeout. Like, I think that's awesome and I would go for it. So I think that's my fault, actually. But yeah. If you really want to derail the show, say something pedantic and wrong about fight. Pedantic. Look at you, you smart fuck. I'm going to just tell you right now, I need to look up that word. Oh, yes, that is accurate. That would absolutely derail. Pedantic means many of the essays, of or like a, wait, I'm sorry, never mind. To be pedantic means being overly concerned with minor details, rules, and formalities, often to the point of being annoying or tedious. It also describes someone who makes a show of display of knowledge, especially in a way that is not helpful or engaging. Dude, that's like a great word, but who the fuck knows how to use that word? I'm proud of you. Pedantic, man. I honestly just read what it means, and I still am not 100% confident that I would use it correctly in a sentence. Yes, Bobby, what's up, man? Yes, he did. He was on a motorcycle and he hit a pedestrian and she died. Terrible, man. Just a terrible, terrible situation. And it comes 10 months after his son died. 10 months. We just looked it up. Awful, dude. But since we're talking MMA, dude, you guys have got me for another few minutes. Let's see if there's anything like super pressing that we just absolutely have to talk about. Here's Conor, you know, all over X. It's like, hey, bitch. Hey, you lying bitch. We got a witness that has your dude beating you up. How you like them apples? She's like, what? He's like, how you like them apples? She's all, Judge, Conor said that he was gonna kill me with an onslaught of zucchini and bananas. Okay, I have to move from my current home because every time I walk outside, I think Conor is going to start throwing assorted vegetables and fruit at my face until I die. They're like, he said, how you like them apples? That's actually it's a saying in the United States, you fucking lying psycho. Okay, I know this lying thing has worked out for you thus far, but you know, smart people know that if there is multi-hour security footage of you after the event at the place where the event was, and your team is filing injunctions so no one gets to see it, you're lying when you have already been caught in 100 lies. Like, why would anyone believe you? Like, why would anyone believe her? I really don't understand. You know, like I get like believe all women or whatever, which is obviously the stupidest thing ever. But like, what has she done to gain anyone's credibility, given that literally every single thing that she said in her DMs was a lie? Every single thing that they checked back on was a lie. Her own friend who was there said she was lying. Like, she has not told one detail that went back and could be verified as accurate that contradicted with it what anyone else has said. Everything anyone else has said has checked out. Every single thing she said has been a lie. But they're like, listen, who put the scratches on her? You're like, I don't know. What the fuck do I know? You bet on boxing today. Who you got? I know I just saw Teofimo won. I did not bet, but I would be. You know what? Hang on. Let me see. I'm excited for Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney's fight, or their independent fights. What time is Ryan Garcia coming on? Let me throw on DAZN. UFC 317, June 28th is going to be Ilya. Oh, what's up, Thomas Betters? Dude, Thomas Betters, you guys. He manifested Ilya Topuria into becoming what he is. Go ahead and clarify what that means. I literally have no idea what you're talking about. Rubbing what in? Don't I have DAZN? I think I do. She did, man. All right. I'm buying this fight right now. Yes. Francis was riding on a motorcycle and hit a girl and killed her. Horrible story. Maria Rosa, I love you. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. All right, I'm going to beat the street. You guys are the best. If I can keep this under 40 minutes, more people will click on it. You guys are the best. I love all you guys. Have an awesome weekend. I will be live tomorrow as well. Peace.